Bonjour fire signs and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Today I'm going to be doing your oracle messages for the reminder of the month. So I hope you're doing well and that you've had a good month so far. I'm going to be using solely oracle decks for this, no tarot. I have 5 decks out, so I will get a few messages from each of them, and obviously they're not all going to resonate with you. We're going to get different messages, so take what applies and just discard the rest. I'll close out your reading with a couple of angel messages and one animal spirit guide that will be specific to you. So, what messages do we have for my fire signs, please? So, Aries, Leo, and Sag. Okay, that's more than one card. Do you know what? I'll take them. None of them have a tendency to jump in this deck, so I will take them. So we are, that's lovely, you are worthy, the tabby cat. So obviously, if you see a tabby cat, see it as a direct sign from your spirit team. And just to clarify, when I talk about spirit team, it could be God, the universe, it could be any deity you pray to, it could be your angels or your ancestors. You know, take what resonates with you. So you are worthy. So they're saying to you that you may be having doubts, you know, doubting yourself, doubting your abilities, or doubting that you are a good person is what they're saying to me. So for some of you, you have a bad opinion of yourself. Please don't do that to yourself. You know, self-love is the most important thing ever, because how can you be loved by people if you don't even love yourself? So that's the first thing I'd say to you. But they are saying to you that, and no matter what you've done, you know, because you may be saying, well, I've done terrible things. No, you need to heal from that. We all make mistakes. And yes, there are different degrees, of course, but no matter what you've done, you are worthy. Okay? That this is a very important message for somebody out there. And if it's because people have told you you weren't worthy, then do you know what? Just don't listen to those people. They're just toxic. They don't have your best interest at heart. And no one should be judging other people, because, you know, we just don't know what they're going through. You know, until you've walked a few miles in the shoes of someone else, you just don't know. So I hate it when people judge others like that. So that's your first message. Message of self-love that's needed here. And then you've got stand up for yourself. You see how they're linked? They really, yeah, they're trying to say something to you. You've got the spotted skunk. I love this card. I think it's absolutely glorious. Stand up for yourself. Do not let people walk all over you. I am feeling the energy. Oh, this is a message for someone. I have to say it, otherwise they're not going to stop saying it in my ear anyway. But okay, if you have a narcissist around you, in your midst, they are masters at demolishing the self-confidence of their victim, and they isolate people to make them even weaker, because, you know, if you feel disconnected, you feel alone. We are all energies, we're all supposed to be interlinked, so when the link is severed, it's very unsettling. So for some of you, if someone needs to hear that, if you have a narcissist by yourself, by your side, or in your environment, it doesn't have to be your romantic partner, it could be, obviously, but it could be someone in your family, it could be a co-worker. Do not let them do that to you, okay? Just don't listen to them. Just know who you truly are, and, you know what you've got to bring to the table. Think about when you get compliments, you know, things that people say they love about you, and concentrate on that. And when they try to put you down, definitely stand your ground. You know, do not allow them to be mean or to slander you, you know, to say things about you that are untrue. You know, rectify this, you know, let the truth be heard. Don't just take it, is what I'm hearing. Now, again, you are sovereign of your life, okay? I'm just telling you the messages I'm hearing, but you do you. But your spirit team really is saying that now it's time for you to stand your ground, is what I'm hearing. Okay, let me grab my second deck. So what other messages do we have for my fire signs? And you know, fire signs, you have that passion, that aura about you, and really self-confidence that you need to embrace. It's within you, even if you're not aware of it. You may think, well, you know, I'm not really like that, but it is within you. You just need to learn to embrace it and draw from it when you need it the most. And it comes from self-love first. Once you love yourself and you value who you are, you know, everything about yourself, the shadow, your quirkiness, your strength, then you'll be able to embrace its, you know, roaring energy. So we have Eyes of the Eagle rising above the fray. So again, the message I'm getting here is, you know, when you're dealing with narcissist people, and I know it's not for all of you, but because we all have a certain amount of narcissism in ourselves anyway, otherwise we wouldn't be able to survive. But people who are, you know, on the spectrum or far gone on that line and just care about themselves and feed on you and your attention and other people's attention in order to give sense to their life and get a sense of worth. And that, by the way, is because they don't love themselves and they are very insecure. This is saying you need to rise above this. The eagles are very good at discerning. They see from far above. So if you are amidst all of that, your world is very small. And what narcissist people do is they do smear campaigns, you know, they say things that are not true. It's very difficult to find out the truth about what they say. And they gaslight you. You know, they say things that are not true, and you start believing it. Like, you know, when they say, you know, you think you're something special but you're not, you know, that kind of thing. That's just an example. So rising above the fray is really detaching yourself. Okay, take a big step back from this situation or from this person and look at it from a detached point of view and look at the details. You know, if we're dealing with someone like that, what are they doing? How are they operating? What are they saying? If we're just dealing with, generally speaking, you know, not having confidence, look at it as if you weren't you. Look at it from someone else's perspective. How would they see you? Would they see someone who's talented, someone who has a lot of things to offer? That kind of thing. But really rise above this. You know, at the moment, I really feel like you are in some kind of fog and you can't see past this, and it is time to really get past it. And the second message from this oracle is the Magician's Sword. I love this card. Confidence in your magic. You see, this is what I was saying. This confidence, this, you are worthy, okay? You have everything that you need within yourself. You are a true light being. You may not be aware of it, but you are. And you have things to give to this world. You came on this planet with a contract. You have a life mission. And you will not be able to fulfill it unless you have that confidence in yourself. You know, the sense of you matter, you know, as much as anybody else. And you also need to stand up for yourself, as I said to you, you know, persevere. Don't take things like that and just say, oh well, anyway, I'll just move on. No. You're a true magician. You're someone who can do a lot of great things. You can manifest things, but you need to have faith in yourself. That's very important. The message is very clear. You need to love yourself and you need to have faith in yourself. And be aware of your importance is another thing that they're saying to me. I really am feeling the energy of some of you that you've kind of been knocked down by a dark energy, someone who's dark. I have to say it. It could also be, just generally speaking, if it's not a narcissist, the atmosphere at work. You know, some places of work are very toxic, either because they are like cutthroat competitive, or because you have leadership that's in for themselves and not to help you develop your skills. Whatever the case may be, take where that resonates. But you really need to embrace your inner power. Okay, what else do we have for my fire signs, please? So trapped in fear, card number 8. You see, this is what I mean. They showed me a picture in my mind's eye of I was in the middle of a circle of fog. So seeing things through your perspective is what I gathered from that vision, from that image. I wouldn't call it a vision, it's an image that's in my mind's eye that won't go away. And all I see is a very thick fog, and I can't see past it. It envelops me. That's why I was saying you need to rise above it and take a big step back. And the picture is still here in my mind. And then you've got this prison, trapped in fear. Because I must say, the feelings I felt when, well, I still feel when I look at it, to be honest, is it's very cold. And it's oppressive and it's unsettling. So fear, you know. So you really need to get past that. You know, embrace your self-confidence. It's there. It's just buried, but it is there. You also have memories of love. So for some of you, and I'm sorry, this is a specific message again because I normally don't see this card this way, but this is a card where your ancestors are reaching out. This is a message from one of your ancestors or a passed on loved one who's saying, remember how much I loved you, and what I loved about you. You know, so what did they used to say to you? What made you feel like you're on top of the world when they were with you? What specific aspects of you shone through and they recognized as being, you know, really priceless and made you unique? That's a special message. I had to say it. Otherwise, this may be a message for some of you to not get hung up on the past, you know, maybe, and that's again on that thread of narcissist, you know, at the beginning of a relationship with a narcissist, they love bomb you, so they really court you if it's romantic, and if it's for a friend, they're always there, they do anything for you, they're supportive, they're very complimentary, and you may be hung up on that and staying or allowing this person to stay around you, whether, as I said, it's romantic or a friend or a co-worker, and you're allowing them to stay around because you remember how they used to make you feel, how they used to be, and you think maybe this is just something temporary, but it's not. Do not be duped by that. You know, that's what they do, and then they just drain you of everything that makes you who you are. They drain you of your energy, of your love, of your willpower, of everything. So be aware of that. And from this deck we also have conflict and defeat. This is the energy of swords. Okay, so you've got the 8 of swords and the 5 of swords, energy anyway. And this is just saying that this is a breakthrough, okay? When you stand up for yourself, when you embrace who you truly are, and you confront this person or this work environment, this is going to create frictions, okay? Now the defeat will not be yours, it'll be theirs, okay? When you stand up for yourself and you realize your self-worth, you will either walk away with your head high and your confidence regained, and then you can start all over again, or you will just cut them out of your life, and that's how they will crumble down, okay? Not you, they will. Alright, so now I'm going to grab my angel deck and see who is coming forward for you. So which angels is coming forward for my Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, please? Who do they need to hear from? So your first angel is Michael. There you go. I am presence. I am so not surprised to see this card coming up, and I'm so happy it came up. This is your throne of power. This is you realizing your true identity, you know, your higher self. You tapping into the light that you are and establishing yourself standing in your own glory. Okay, you are a representation of God's energy or the universe energy. You know, we are all energies, we are all interlinked, and we have the power of the creator, of source, whatever you want to call it, within ourselves. And this is the card that talks about that. This is Michael saying, hey, call upon me if you need help with establishing yourself and embracing your power. Okay, I'm so happy you got that card. And then the second angel who wants to talk to you is Uriel, friendship. So if you feel that you need support in establishing, you know, your true power, or with friendship, obviously call upon Michael and Uriel if you work with angels. Friendship card, that is to say, draw your strength from your friends or your community or your family. Nourish those, because if you're dealing with a narcissist, yeah, you're gonna need moral support. They're difficult to deal with. If you have a very toxic work environment, you know, you need the emotional support of people who love you and know you for who you really are. And do not be afraid if you're dealing with people who have a tendency to you know, say bad things about you, because your true friends will know. They know who you are. They will not believe what these people are saying. Okay, so don't worry about that. Just stand in your glorious light. You know, you're an amazing being. Do not forget that. You came on this planet with a mission, and no one has a right to stand in your way of accomplishing your destiny. So now I'm going to grab my Spirit Animal Oracle, and I'm going to draw you an animal card, which is going to be your spirit guide. So which animal needs to come forward for my fire signs, please? Okay, it jumped. So we have the seal, spirit and perception. I'm going to grab the booklet quickly to read you the full guidance for this spirit guide. And obviously you may see documentaries where you see this animal, or pictures, or you may hear from them on the radio. All of these are signs from your animal spirit guide. So where are you? Okay. So let me grab the card so you can see it. I watch life and the world with the vital innocence of children. I slide harmoniously into the water. I feel everything that happens, and my body reshapes to welcome it. The shape of the soul is given by my shiny skin, which is reborn in the sea. You see what I was telling you about, you know, rediscover who you are, stand in your light, you know, that's that kind of idea. It's possible to recognize a distant relative in the eyes of a seal. Its shiny body has no arms or legs, but rather fins and a tail, which help it in the water it slides through like a wave. Its thick skin protects it from the cold of the water and represents protection over whatever we store inside us, in the flesh and bones. It is highly perceptive, thanks to its heightened hearing and feelers that help it sense the movements and distance of its prey underwater. The seal evokes the innocent spirit that, immediately after birth on land, leads to a search for the sea of feelings in which to immerse oneself. In Celtic mythology, the seal was often an enchanted animal called a selkie, which could shed its skin on the sea cliffs to become human. If the skin was stolen, she had to remain forever on earth, sometimes marrying the man who had stolen the skin. But if she were to find it, she could immediately return to the sea. Her skin is a calling from the soul. I see so many messages in this card for you, and mainly if someone has robbed you of your own self-worth, of your own self-love, you need to find it again so you can free yourself from this toxicity, whether it's one individual or a workplace, as I said, so that you may be your true self again. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the card with me. If you found these messages helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Your time is your most precious commodity. I'm so grateful you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a beautiful end of the month and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.